Hi, and welcome to Budget Worship Leaders, your resource for leading meaningful worship on a shoestring budget. My name's Rob. Welcome to the channel. This isn't really a guitar that you're going to be able to pick up easy. They don't make this style guitar in sections of one of your music stores. It may be an interesting guitar to pick up. There are pros and cons with this one. But I'm glad to dive into this with you. This one is one of my personal guitars. This is my J. Tercer JT50. This is a Gibson SG style guitar. You can probably tell it's mine because of the color. This is actually, it's a fairly good guitar. It's a very thin neck, very fast action. It's a great rock guitar. The low output humbucker pickups on it are absolutely amazing for giving good tones for praise and worship music. But this guitar did come with some major problems that I definitely want to address. It does have a mahogany body. It's got your standard Tune-o-matic bridge, stock tailpiece. Low output PAF knockoff pickups, and they're a great output for praise and worship. It's got a maple neck. It has a rosewood fretboard. It has, and this is one of the things about this guitar that I definitely like, are the inlays. They're block inlays, but they've got these little mother of pearl V patterns in the middle of them that is just beautiful touch to it. The tuners, I'm not sure what style tuners these are really, to be honest with you, but they're actually decent tuners. It's probably one of the better options on the guitar. It does have a bone nut. It's cut fairly well. It does have some tuning stability. I haven't really had a problem. It does have very smooth, polished faces on them. There are some visible tool marks and some sharp edges off the sides of the frets, so that is something to watch for. It is a set neck guitar, definitely not a bolt, and it's actually the build quality on it, as far as that is concerned, I was pretty happy with this guitar. I was absolutely in love with the guitar when I first bought it, and I noticed it had a problem with the intonation, so I went to go bring it to my luthier and have him set it up, and that's where the problems came in. The bridge was misplaced by about 1/8 of an inch. And if I bring the guitar up here, you can see where he had to make a plug for it, and wasn't able to get that refinishing done. But that's how far off the bridge was, so it wouldn't intonate at all. It had a hard time getting a tune. That was something that this thing probably should have never made its way off of the production bench, but it did, and it cost me about $130 to have him fix the guitar and set it up. And once he did, I mean, no, don't get me wrong, once he did that, this thing is an absolutely amazing playing guitar. I don't have any issues with intonation, no issues with tuning. It's just a great playing guitar, which really speaks for what a good setup will do for a guitar. I just think the fact that it needed to have that kind of work done to it, that should have never happened. It does have little dime-sized pots. There's not a lot of resistance in these, so it's a little iffy trying to just snap it just to the right spot. You end up spending a little bit more time searching for the right spot. The grip at the end of the pickup selector switch doesn't want to stay on. It's just, there's a lot of little things with this guitar. If I would have known the issues that it would have had before I purchased it, I probably wouldn't have. But you live, you learn, and actually, since I got it set up and fixed up, I mean, I've had a little problem with it here and there, but it is a great playing guitar, and I do love the guitar. It's just, if this is one that you're going to be using as a workhorse, and the J. Tercer guitars, you find them for about $300 to $350 price point. To me, with the possibility of having to do that kind of work to it, I'm afraid I'd have to say pass on that one. It sounds great. Once it's been set up, it plays great, but it's just, I don't really think that it's worth that kind of problem, especially when you're trying to work under a budget. You shouldn't have to spend a lot of money on these guitars. But anyway, if you're getting some value out of this, hit the like button for me. If you've got any questions, drop the questions in the comments. I tend to watch very closely to see when a comment will pop up, so I can get to it as quickly as possible. And if you want to see more instrument reviews, you want to see tutorials, song playthroughs, just click the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification. That way you never miss a video. So that being said, let's dive into what this thing sounds like. it's a lightweight guitar. It's a great playing guitar. If this was just the one fluke, I would say definitely this is a guitar worth buying. Uh, but as this is the only Jay Tercer guitar I've ever played and it had these problems, I'm going to say definitely do a lot of research, spend a lot of time with it before you buy it if you do decide to buy one. Make sure that it's not going to have these problems, because if it is, then I'd say walk away from it. And it kind of hurts my heart to say a little bit because I love this guitar, but if I was going to be recommending it for any one of my viewers, I would say definitely do your due diligence, check the intonation on it, make sure it can be intonated before you purchase it, and then it might be a good guitar for you. But I just think there's better options at better prices than this guitar. So I appreciate your time. Have a great day. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.